today with another YouTube video. So I'm currently sitting here with my daughter. Her name is Montana Drew Cassette, but we call her Anna for short. She was born on February 12th, 2026 at 11:19 p.m. I think she was born on a Friday or a Thursday, one of the two. But this is my story time of everything with her. It's my birth story of how I had my baby girl. So February 10th, I don't know what that noise was, sorry. February 10th, I was at home. I was here at home. My grandma was working and my grandpa was sleeping. Well, I'm feeling a little bit of pain in my stomach, like contractions. What I thought were contractions. So, I'm relaxing, everything, going about my day. It was, I think, 2 in the afternoon or something. I think it was like 2 in the afternoon. And I'm in pain. The pain's getting more intense. I'm walking around. I'm bouncing on the ball. I didn't know I was in active labor because the same day on October 10th, that morning, the hospital sent me home. But, hi, little goober. Anyways, that night, came home, still labor, hurting. I pick up the phone, I call my aunt from in Florida because I didn't know what was going on. Didn't know if Anna was going to come or anything. Just really bad pain. And I didn't want to go back to the hospital. Well, I call my aunt and I'm laying on the floor. And she goes, does it feel like you have to push? And I'm like, yes, I have to push. So I'm sitting here pushing at home. On the floor, right by the TV, I'm pushing. She tells me, I know it's going to be disgusting, but reach down there with your hand and see if you can feel her head. So I am, and I say, no, I don't feel her head. But I'm freaking out. And she goes, you're in active labor. Get in the shower and get ready to go to the hospital and wake up your grandpa. I'm calling your grandma. I say, okay. So she calls my grandma. I'm in the shower. I'm crying. I'm hurting. Like, I'm in very bad pain. My grandpa wakes up because my grandma calls him on the phone and says, you need to take Gigi to the hospital. Well, we get to the hospital and they send me back home. They literally send me back home. Okay. Now we skip to February 12th. I'm in more pain. It is hurting so much worse than it did the other day. Okay. So much worse. I get in the shower. I get ready to go to the hospital. I'm like, the baby is coming today. It's 4 in the afternoon when we got to the hospital, okay? Remind you, it's an hour away. So, I'm in more pain, everything. It's like, I know she's coming. Like, I had an instinct she was coming. Well, get to the hospital, and she goes, you're 3 centimeters dilated. Like, you're almost 4 centimeters. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, there's more blood and everything. Like, I lost my mucus plug again at the hospital. So she admits me and everything to labor and delivery. Well, I'm in there. They check me again. And they go, like, ask me all this bunch of questions, get my information, everything. And she goes, I'm going to have to check your cervix again because you're in a lot of pain. I'm like, okay. And it's been an hour. And I was 3 centimeters. Going on 4. At this point, it's 7 at night. So from 4 to 7 at night, I went from 3 centimeters to 6 centimeters so fast within a couple hours. The same exact day, from 6 centimeters, they gave me the epidural at 6 centimeters, okay? When I got the epidural, he explained everything to me. It's not going to hurt. The only thing you're going to feel is what we call a bee sting. It basically numbs you up. If you ever had an epidural, you know what I'm talking about. It numbs you up, and then they insert the epidural in your spine. Well, I was really scared. So my grandpa was sitting in front of me, holding my legs because they have you hold, like, your ankles. So he was doing that. And they're like, okay, well, you're going to feel the bee sting. I said, okay. The bee sting didn't really hurt. It hurt. The worst part is an actual bee sting. Like, I just got stung by a bee outside feeding the horses, which you guys will see in the vlog after this video. I think. If I recorded it, you'll see it. If not, then you won't see it. But yeah, I got stung by a bee a couple minutes ago. But anyways, I got, it hurts more than an actual bee sting. Well, the doctor, he goes, okay, I'm doing the bee sting. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, it hurt a little bit. Like, it was burning a little, but not that bad. So then he comes and he goes, okay, now I'm going to insert the epidural. So I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I didn't feel him insert the epidural at all. Like, just a little bit of pressure, but that's it. It didn't hurt like everyone was saying. Everyone was being dramatic, in my opinion. For an epidural, I'll do it again. If I want another baby, I'll do it again. Well, from 6 centimeters at what I forgot what time I said I was in. I'm like off on these times. But I had her at 11. It happened so quick. From the time I got the epidural until 10 o'clock, boom. I went from a 7 to 10 centimeters really quick. And it was like 11 o'clock at this point. And they're like, okay, you can push whenever you want. I'm like, no, I'm scared. Remind you, after they gave me the epidural, they go, well, do you want to know when you're having her? I said, no, I don't want to know. Like, okay, so we're just going to knock you up then on a lot of medicine. I'm like, okay, cool. So they gave me a nerve block again and a bunch of other medicines to, like, make sure I wasn't aware of what was going on. So the doctor comes in, gives me all the medicine, and she goes, okay, now it's time for you to push. So as you guys saw in my birth video, like me actually pushing her out, I posted that on here, by the way. My grandma goes, start pushing. So I'm pushing. And it didn't hurt at all. Epidural worked, all the nerves blocking. I don't have any really memory. I don't have an explanation to tell you what happened while I was pushing. None of that I remember. I remember the stuff I'm telling you guys now and what happened after birth. Other than that, I don't remember me physically pushing her out. But after I done pushed her out, the next day, which was February 13th, we're in the next room over, like the recovery room. And remind you, I still think I'm pregnant at this point. I wake up to crying, to Anna crying, and I look around, I'm like, who's crying? Where are we? Because I'm still loopy from the epidural and all the other medicine they gave me. Because they gave me more nerve blocks so I wouldn't be in much pain while I'm recovering. So it literally feels like I got out of surgery even though I didn't. I had her natural with the medicine. Well, I'm like, who's crying? My grandma goes, you had the baby. I'm like, I had what? She goes, you had the baby. So I look around, I'm like, oh, that's Anna. She goes, yeah, that's Anna. So I started crying because I realized Anna was here. But then what I found out is I'm allergic to Pitocin. And they have to give you Pitocin at the hospital so you don't get an infection. Well, I knew I was allergic to Pitocin and I told them to not give me Pitocin in my epidural. Well, they did twice. But they came in, asked us a bunch of questions before we could leave the hospital. And I was there from the 13th until... No, I was there from the 12th, sorry. Until... We were there for 3 nights. So, the 12th, 13th, and 14th, we were there at the hospital. And then we came home with her on Valentine's Day. Oh, we were there 4 nights. Because the 12th, 13th, 14th, that's 3. We were there 3 because we came home on Valentine's Day with her. Okay. But yeah, that's my little birth story. That's how I had this little cutie pie. I'm going to say her name again. It is Montana Drew Cassette, born on February 12th, 2026 at 11:19 p.m. My little baby girl decided to pop out on after Grandma's birthday. Yep, you popped out on your grandma's birthday. She's my mommy, but your grandma. And she's so stinking cute. I just love you so much. Yep, I love you. She's such an easy baby too, y'all. Everyone was telling me newborn stage is going to be so hard. No, it hasn't. Nope. So you an easy baby. You don't cry as much. You starting to let mommy get sleep now. Nope. So you're so easy. You gonna say bye? Say, I'm sleeping, mommy. I don't want to say bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.